I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
This week we wanted to discuss what our struggles are with CF, and hopefully you all will share yours with us, and if you're not comfortable, maybe one of our stories will connect with you. And for me, the biggest struggle with CF is the mental strain that this disease takes on me. I realize that there are times when I am not a pleasant person to be around for my family. It's not that I mean to be. I get angry. I get frustrated. I also get depressed. I get anxious. I have panic attacks. When I was in 7th and 8th grade, I used to have severe panic attacks that nobody knew about because I never opened up or shared anything about my CF with other people, not even with my parents. I would have these thoughts of, what was it going to be like when I died? And I'm sure people have those feelings just in general, but when you're 11 or 12, 13 and sitting in a class and all of a sudden panicking about when you're gonna die, it was difficult. I should have, looking back, I probably should have opened up more about that, but like I said, I kept everything to myself. I internalized a lot. The anxiety and the panic attacks, they take a toll mentally. Just they cause me to have to fight and push myself to go do things that I normally would have no problem doing, like going out with friends to a baseball game and not necessarily knowing where the seats are, because if I have to walk up a whole bunch of ramps to get to our seats, am I going to become so short of breath that I have a panic attack? Things like that are a daily battle. I was never one, like I said earlier, I internalized a lot of this stuff. And I was not one to get a therapist. I just didn't think I needed one. And for a long time, I thought it showed weakness to talk to somebody about your problems or your fears or your anxiety or your depression, and to go on medicine for it. I realize now that that's not the case. When I got really sick, and started talking about lung transplants, I was on medication to help with the anxiety and the panic attacks. It helped enough to take the edge off so that when I did start to panic, I was calmer. But I feel like the biggest thing that's helped me try to fight the struggle of the depression and the anxiety and the fear and the panic and the anger that I get having CF is meditation. For me, it's really helped to calm me down. I don't take medications right now for anxiety because I feel that through my regular meditation practice, it's helped me realize that I'm starting to have these attacks, these panic attacks or these anxiety, or starting to feel anger, that I can focus on my breathing and calm myself down and relax myself. That's not saying that I don't get angry. In fact, this morning I was short. I was frustrated. And while it wasn't at any one person in my family, it manifested itself at my family. That's hard for me because that's not who I am and that's not who I want to be. But there's times that I just can't help it. And a lot of it stems from CF. A lot of it stems from the uncertainty. And it's a struggle for me to not internalize that, but realizing that internalizing it doesn't help. Having people around you that care for you and a team that supports you and just talking to other folks about it makes a huge difference. I would never have easily as accepted going on medication if a good friend of mine had not opened up to me about it when he knew what I was going through. Struggling with the mental side of CF has been the most difficult and still is the most difficult. But I have been amazed at how supportive not only my clinic has been, but the community itself, and how open and honest and comforting and caring that this community is. It's helped. Just being a part of this channel has helped me a ton to realize that I'm not the only person who struggles with anxiety and anger and depression and the fear of not knowing what's going to happen. I guess how I'll close up is I know that there are a lot of struggles with CF, and the mental side of it can be very exhausting and can take a toll on everybody. And so I would say that we're all going through a lot of the same things, so don't internalize it. People will listen. I remember being in Mexico on my honeymoon, swimming with a sea lion, and being in the middle of the water and starting to have a panic attack because I couldn't breathe. And I was losing my breath and started to panic, and I had to swim to the boat where the sea lion was and get out of the water and sit on the boat and just sit there and recover while there were 15, 20 people staring at me, wondering what was wrong with me. That was hard. But I also realized that people were compassionate and caring. So next week, we're going to talk about what motivates us with CF. And we hope that you will share with us what you struggle with. And I look forward to talking to you again next week.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.